Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the last part of exercise 10.5, that is sum number 9, 10, 11, and 12. These four sums. So, in sum number 9, we have two circles intersect at 2 points B and C. So, you can see at B and C the two circles intersects. One circle is big and another is small. Through B, two line segment ABD and PBQ are drawn. So ABD is a straight line and PBQ is also a straight line which intersects at B. Are drawn to intersect the circle at AD and P and Q respectively. For ABD, it is intersecting at A, B and D, and for PBQ, it intersects at P, B and Q. We have to prove that the marked angles in the diagram, that is angle ACP and QCD, are equal. This we have to prove. So, first, we will write the given two circles intersect at the point B and C, and through B two lines are drawn ABD and PBQ. So we have to prove angle ACP and angle QCD are equal. Now first we know that angle in the same segment are equal. That means if we consider the segment AP, this segment, then angle ACP and ABP are equal, angle in the same segment. Similarly, if we take the segment QD, then angle QCD and QBD are equal. Now, at B, the angle APB and QBD are equal as vertically opposite. These two angles are vertically opposites. So, we have total in 3 equations. First two equation from equal segment and the last equation from vertically opposite. So, we can write angle ACP equals to angle ABP, which is equals to angle QBD. Since these two are vertically opposite, so we can write them, and then at last we can write QCD. So we get angle ACP and QCD are equal using equation 1, 2 and 3. So our required to prove is achieved. The next question, it says, if two circles are drawn taking the sides of a triangle as diameter, prove that the point of intersection of these circles lie on the third side. Suppose we have two circles. These two circles, the point of intersection is this top and this bottom, and they form a triangle. This is A, B, C. Here AB and AC are the diameter. We have to show that the point D lies on BC. So we have to show that D lies on BC. So let's see the sum. So here see the diagram, two different circles, so two different centers. One is O, one is O dash. The side AB and AC of a triangle are the diameters of the two circles which intersect at D. First point of intersection is A, another point of intersection is D. Since the triangle starts with A, so we have to show that D lies on AB. Now there is one construction, that is to we join AD. After joining AD, you can see that if we have a circle and a line passes through the center, here AB passes through the center, then the angle at the semicircle is always 90 degree. So angle ADB is also 90 degree. Following that angles in semicircle is 90. Again, if we consider AC, then ADC is also 90, following angle in the semicircle, so the reason is same. So if we add 1 and 2, we will get ADB plus ADC equals to 90 plus 90. That will give us angle ADB plus angle ADC is equals to 180. So this is a linear pair. That implies that BDC is a straight line. Hence we can say that angle D lies on BC. So the point of intersection of the circle lies on the third side of the triangle, that is BC. So this is our sum number 10. Next, sum number 11. In sum number 11, ABC and ADC are two right angle triangles with common hypotenuse AC. That means we have ABC and ADC are two right angle triangle at B and D. The common hypotenuse is AC. We have to prove that angle CAD, this angle, and angle CBD, so we have to join this line CBD, this angle are equal. So these two curves are equal. So we have to show this. Now you can see there are a lot of angle sign included because in the box all these boxes are either angle sign or imply sign. So instead of this box I have given angle sign. It looks a bit untidy, but since this is the correct thing to write, so I have written angles in the cases where it should be angle and in the cases where it should be implied. So first we are considering the right angle triangle ABC. By angle sum property we can write angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree. Here angle B is 90. So substituting the value of angle B and subjecting angle BCA and ACB CAB, we will get 90. Substituting angle B and transposing the value, so we will get angle BCA and angle CAB as 90 degree. Same thing we will do with the circle ADC. In this circle we are also following angle sum property. So in place of D we will substitute the value of D, that is 90 degree. So we will get angle ACD and angle DAC as 90 degree. So now we have two equations where the angles are added up to form 90. We will add this to equation 1 and equation 2. So we will get angle BCA, this angle, plus angle CAB plus angle DCA and angle DAC. These four angles we will add and we will get 180. 90 plus 90 is 180. Now the portion where C's are there we will take it as 1, and the portion where A's are there we will take it another as 1 unit. So we will get angle BCD, this full angle, is equals to angle this full angle, that is angle C is equals to angle A is equals to 180 degree. So this is equation 3. However, B and D individually are 90 degree each. So if we add them two, we will get angle B plus angle D is 180. So from equation 3 and 4, we can see that sum of the opposite angles is 180 degree. Hence it forms a cyclic quadrilateral. So we can say that these triangles are in cyclic quadrilateral. So A, D, B and C are cyclic quadrilateral. Now if we take the segment, now if we join BD and if we take the segment CD, then we can say angle CBD and angle CAD are equal by angles in the same segment. So first we have shown that the triangles, right angle triangles forms a cyclic quadrilateral, and from there we can show that if we take a common segment or same segment, the angles in the same segment are equal, hence we are achieving to our proof. Now, question number 12. In question number 12, it says, prove that cyclic parallelogram is a rectangle. So, we have a cyclic parallelogram. These two sides are equal and parallel, same as the other two sides which are equal and parallel. So we got a cyclic parallelogram. We have to show that this is a rectangle. So here we have a cyclic parallelogram. Now in a cyclic parallelogram or in a parallelogram, we know that opposite angles are equal. So angle B and angle D are equal. So we have written angle ABC and angle ADC are equal. If we add these two, since it is cyclic, sum of opposite angles will give us 180 degree. So in place of either of the one, we will substitute either of the angle. So we have angle B is equals to angle D, and angle B plus angle D is equals to 180. So from the above relation we can write angle B plus angle B is equals to 180 degree, which implies angle B is equals to 90 degree. Also angle D is equals to 90 degree. So we got that since each of the interior angle is 90, we can say the parallelogram is a rectangle, because one of the property of being a rectangle is interior angle is 90. So if we show that these two angles are 90 along with C and D, this by the same method we can show that angle C and angle D is 90. So we can say that such a parallelogram, cyclic parallelogram, is a rectangle. So our question number 12 is proved. So today we have come to the end of the discussion of exercise 10.5. I hope this tutorial is helpful. Thank you.